everything just feels fake now, and it has for many years. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You're on your phone scrolling for an hour and somehow you just feel nothing. The posts don't feel real. The comments are just recycled, predictable garbage. And people are fighting over the same things they've been fighting over for the past several days. It's as if you're interacting with a ghost of what the internet used to be. A place where people could share their ideas freely. A place where people were eager not just to give their opinions, to actually take one back in return. But there's a reason for that. A reason that not a lot of people are talking about. Now, it's something I'll explain at the end of the video, so bear with me, but it probably isn't what you think. You see, in the 2010s, an idea emerged called dead internet theory, which is the idea that the internet is just fake. Imagine you, the viewer, are sitting at your computer and every post, image, and comment you see has been generated and especially tailored just for you. No one else exists, and the system is aware of that. So in order to squeeze the last bit of money or interaction from its sole remaining user, everything that you see is engineered to get you to click, comment, or subscribe. But if you think about it, that's not much different than how things are already. Once you take away the pictures grandma posted last week, or the best friend's dog they posted literally yesterday, and you know that person in real life, so you know they're real. Let's take those out. How much of what you see every day on social media really seems all that real? In reality, all of it could just be generated, because algorithms have bound us in this endless hellscape where the only thing that matters is engagement. There's no need to push things that are meaningful to people anymore. There's no profit in tracking down bots and ensuring that only real people are on the platform. There's no incentive to prevent hot button issues from breaking down into senseless, needless flame wars. Now, certainly the most obvious and egregious offenders get smacked down and booted from platform now and then, but as I illustrated in my previous video, which is somewhere probably on screen, the internet you knew is no more. I could scroll literally infinitely on Facebook through all the Hobby Lobby to-do app copy-pasted scam groups. Hobby Lobby community, coupons, fines, and crafters on the to-do app.
Hobby Lobby community, weeklies, ads, coupons, discussions, and more. Hobby Lobby community, weekly ads, coupons, discounts, discussions, and more. Hobby Lobby community, weekly ads, coupons, discounts, discussions, and more. Hobby Lobby community, weekly ads, coupons, discounts, discussions, and more.
There's like 100 of these? Wait, I started doing this as a meme, but there's legit like over 100 of these. You can't tell me this is difficult to catch. You can't tell me it's really complex for an algorithm to realize that these are just spam groups. The sad reality is, it's just not worth their effort. As far as platforms like Facebook, Instagram, X, or even YouTube, people are using the platform, driving up numbers, and that's all they care about, leading ultimately to an awful experience for you, the user. And speaking of awful experiences, that brings me to my next point, Tokification. TikTok was the death of the social part of social media. Once companies figured out the TikTok formula to drive engagement, make money through infinite scrolling and shallow dopamine hits, it was all over. It began an incestuous relationship where companies like YouTube, TikTok, X began promoting the most generic and broadly appealing content possible, while creators eager to gamify this system were more than willing to produce an infinite pool of auto-generated slop to fill that void. In fact, currently, there's a rush to make as many automated YouTube channels as possible, and perhaps some of these have even bled over into Facebook stories, where there's a pipeline that involves little to no human involvement, posting 2 to 3 videos a day using AI-generated scripts, AI-generated visuals, AI-generated stories, and even AI-generated music, and just shoving it onto platforms as quickly as possible to rake in hundreds of thousands of views. At least before, you could kind of say that creators had to debase themselves on camera in order to get viewership or pull some absurd or obscene pranks. At least there was some humanity to it. But now, even that's gone. Now we just have endless iterations of things like the AI-generated cute cat dramas. Maybe you've seen those. They're silly, short, encapsulated stories meant to give you that quick dopamine hit or even a quick heart tug and get a like from you before you just keep scrolling to the next video. But honestly, even with the Tokification of social media, it isn't the real reason that everything seems empty and meaningless. The real reason everything seems empty and meaningless is because it is. Humans are learning what it means to be able to do and say anything, to be able to create whatever they imagine at a moment's notice, to view the infinite possibilities of expression and to have those rendered at our fingertips. We're quickly learning that having all of our imaginations plastered across the internet doesn't mean anything at all. Allow me to demonstrate. Let's play a game. Just you and me. And it's a game that you, the viewer, can play with me right now. A recording. Oh, that was a good one. Good job. You won. You're pretty good at this. We should do this again. You did it again. That was really good. Dude, you're an ace at this game. Congratulations, man. I should get, maybe I'll find some kind of award to send you. Oh, come on. Three times in a row? You won again just like that? That's crazy. That's crazy. Now let me ask you, did you have fun? Did you enjoy the game? Was it a fun game? Was it interactive? No? What do you mean? You're confused? Are you wondering if I cut something wrong in the video? Did I make a mistake in editing? Did I skip something? Was I supposed to explain something to you? Are you confused? Well, you should be. That was the point. Now, I said that we were going to play a game, right? But I didn't give you any rules. I didn't give you any standards. I didn't give you any boundaries. No win conditions, no loss conditions. I didn't even tell you what the title of the game was. I didn't explain how to play the game. I didn't even imply that anyone ever played the game before, or anyone ever won or lost the game. I merely said that there was a game, and then declared you the winner. In other words, it was pointless, wasn't it? That's what's happening right now on social media. You see, AI was supposed to be a tool to help us build our future or to guide us in our creativity, but instead of trying to find greater value or greater meaning in the universe, we've mostly just used it to waste each other's time and money in the most efficient way possible. Take shorts, for instance. Shorts were supposed to be a quick way of getting entertainment out there, having a skit here or there, or perhaps posting a channel advertisement, or maybe a streamer's way of quickly interacting with their viewers. But now, what is it really? It's a way to make a quick buck for low effort. Summarize this movie with an AI-generated voiceover or one of the actors. Bam! Millions of views. Poorly explain this medical procedure. Bam! Millions of views. YouTube sees content like this, generic, broadly appealing slop, and throws on a front page as soon as you log in. And that very subtly, and in my opinion, deceptively, takes the place of real content. How many times have you gone to YouTube for a specific creator or a specific series, and instead of finding that video or finding that series, you spend about 30 or so minutes watching shorts before you finally remember why you were there in the first place? I know I've fallen for this trap many times. I normally watch a video or two before I go to bed of my favorite creators, but in the process, I keep getting caught up in this cycle where instead of going to that creator, I waste my time here watching shorts instead. YouTube does this by design. This vanity trap is intentional. It's meant to keep your eyes on the platform for as long as possible by any means necessary. The saddest thing about all of this is that companies are willing, ready, and able to continue our descent into a void where nothing has any true meaning. But now that I've pointed that out, what can we do about it? At a macro scale? Well, nothing. We have to wait until it collapses and people seek meaning again. And unfortunately, I fear that things will get far worse before they even have a chance of getting better. But at a personal level, there are things that you, the viewer, can do. You ready for this? It's really complicated. Put your phone on silent. Permanently. Only have calls come through on vibrate or some low ringtone. Don't be a slave to your tools. Don't be a slave to AI. Don't allow AI to write everything for you. Disconnect from social media, even a little bit. Take that little Facebook or X app, take it off the front screen of your phone. Make it so that you have to take an extra step and go into the apps and open it manually. You'll be surprised what those little things will do to make you pay more attention to the world around you. I mean, you could even go for a walk, ride your bike, go for a hike, or, it may sound funny, but literally touch grass. You'd be surprised how beautiful the world is outside these ones and zeros. Learn to appreciate the creation that exists. And in the end, that concreteness can drive meaning back into your life. Go to church. Yes, be around other people that seek meaning in a higher power. Even if you don't believe in God, seeking something or someone at a higher station than yourself can't be a bad thing. These changes, small as they might be, are things that can help you bring control back in your life. Because you can't influence the entire world. You can't change everything. You can't force everyone else to change. But you can change one thing that's the most important in your life. And that is you. And if there are enough people like you out there that understand this message, whether it comes from me or other creators, or if you even learn it yourself through experience, then each one of you will eventually make a large difference. But it always starts with one. Be that one person. But anyway, those are just my thoughts. Let me know how you've dealt with the meaningless of social media. Have you deleted Facebook as some of my friends have done? Or do you simply feel trapped by systems that essentially have become predatory for our time and energy? And let me know how I can improve my own content. As ironic as it seems that I'm asking you for engagement, I genuinely want your feedback. I want to know what I can do better. I want to know where I can improve. I want to know how I can best serve you, the viewer. I normally talk about culture issues like this one, where I try to take some meaningful observation and derive from it some moral conclusion for you, the viewer. For instance, in this video entitled J.K. Rowling vs. Stephen King, The Crisis of Critical Thought, I talk about how J.K. Rowling and Stephen King have handled themselves on social media in a time where everyone is just terminally online. One has devolved to taking simple rage bait, while another has actually had some thoughtful reflection and had our views changed. Please, if you don't go through and binge watch all my content, which by the way, would make my day, thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!